Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm taking a trip on the Kisuki Line. And the Kisuki Line is a railway between Bingo-Ochiai in the north of Hiroshima Prefecture and Shinji, which is on the Japan Sea coast in Shimane Prefecture. Opened in December 1937, it's a very, very rural line. Although from the 1950s until 1990, there were express services linking Hiroshima and Matsue. Like most express train services in Japan, these were named. They took the name Chidori, which in English means plover, the bird. It also refers to a staggering way of walking as if you're drunk, although I assume, I hope at least, that the trains were actually named after the birds. Anyway, in the decade from 1972 onwards, two events occurred which had a large effect on the fortunes of the Kisuki Line. First of all, in 1972, the Shinkansen was extended from Shin Osaka to Okayama, and then in 1975 it was extended still further to Hiroshima and on to Hakata. Then, in 1982, the whole of the Hakubi Line was electrified. With the opening of the Shinkansen to Okayama, the Hakubi Line between Kurashiki and Hokidaisen in Yonago became the main railway in the Hiroshima-Okayama area, linking the Inland Sea and Japan Sea coasts of Japan. These are known as the Sanyo and Sain coasts, respectively. The electrification of the whole of the Hakubi Line in 1982 only strengthened the position of the route as the main route linking those two coasts. This meant that the express trains, the Chidori services, linking Hiroshima and Matsue along the Geibi and Kisuki lines, were eventually withdrawn. It became faster to travel from Hiroshima to Okayama by Shinkansen, and then take a Yakumo express service to Matsue along the Hakubi Line, than to take the Geibi-Kisuki route. Now, on the Kisuki Line, there are only local trains stopping at every station. On the Geibi Line, there are some trains which miss some stations, resulting in a so-called rapid service, but these only run between Hiroshima and Miyoshi. Just out of interest, I found the timetable for the Chidori service for March 1988, so not long before the service was withdrawn, in fact. Anyway, the 8:45 from Hiroshima arrived in Matsue at 13:36, which is a journey time of 4 hours 51 minutes. In contrast, Hiroshima to Matsue by Shinkansen and then express train, leaving Hiroshima at 8:10, takes 3 hours and 30 minutes nowadays. Actually, not as great a difference as I would have thought. Of course, it's still possible to travel from Hiroshima to Matsue by the Geibi and Kisuki lines even now, although, as I say, there's only local trains. If you were to do that, taking the train from Hiroshima to Matsue by the Geibi line and Kisuki line takes 7 hours and 3 minutes as of the current timetable. One reason for this is that the track is only maintained to the standard for a local line now. There are any number of 25 km per hour speed restrictions on the route. But there's also another reason, and this one has always been the case. Basically, the geography of the line means that it's just not so fast. Even a brief glance at a map of Japan will make it clear that there are some fairly significant mountains between the Inland Sea and Japan Sea coasts. And while there are a fair number of tunnels on the Kisuki Line, it basically climbs over these mountains. Leaving Bingo-Ochiai Station, where the Kisuki Line branches off from the Geibi Line, the Kisuki Line climbs through Yuki Station and heads towards Minohara Station, which is actually the highest station in the whole of the JR West area. Bingo-Ochiai Station is itself 452 meters above sea level, but Minohara, only 2 stations away, is 727 meters above sea level, meaning a climb of 275 meters. Then, from Minohara, the line descends. And it descends through a two-stage switchback all the way to Izumo Sakane Station, which is 564 meters above sea level. And therefore, there is a drop between Minohara and Izumo Sakane of 163 meters. Or, of course, a climb if you're travelling in the opposite direction. And for a railway, that's a big difference in height. By the way, Shinji, the end of the line in Shimane, is only 5 meters above sea level, which means that between Shinji and Minohara, the line has to climb a whopping 722 meters. Between Minohara and Izumo Sakane, there are some wonderful views out over the Mino Bridge and the Oku Izumo Orochi Loop, which is part of National Route 314. That's a road, pretty obviously. As the name suggests, this is a great loop which carries the road up from the valley and through the mountains. Clearly, this area presents problems for roads as well as the railway. There are only a few trains a day now over the switchback section of the line, although, thanks to the views and the rarity of a switchback, the trains are fairly full. Normally, it has to be said, with rail fans. It would be a real shame if this part of the line were closed, but my instincts tell me that if any section is abandoned, it will be this one. It's already closed often in winter because of the snow, and the trains are replaced by a bus service. Let's just hope that for a good few years into the future, the whole of the Kisuki Line remains open and in reasonable health. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up or a comment if you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in another one very soon. Thanks again, and bye for now.